This old guy dumped all the walnuts into water and told the boy standing next to him, "The ones that float are bad, the ones that sink are good." Tony instantly whipped out his notebook and started scribbling things down. That's when the old man realized, this kid's here to steal his trick. He stretched out his hand and asked Tony for money. But Tony didn't have even a single coin on him, so he just walked home quietly thinking, fine, I'll figure it all out myself. He bought a whole bag of walnuts and started experimenting. He watched how the lady on the street roasted her stuff, and when the uncle next door wasn't paying attention, he sneakily tasted his sugar syrup. Then he went home and started building his own recipe. But the moment he tossed the walnuts into the hot pan, they exploded like popcorn and flew all over the room. Still, Tony didn't back down. He had made up his mind. He had to start making money now. A few days later, his first proper batch of candy walnuts was finally ready. First, he let his butler taste it. Then he gave a piece to his mom. They actually liked the flavor, so Tony rented a tiny stall in the mall's snack corner. The place usually stayed packed. But since Tony had school during the day, he left the stall in the butler's hands. Tony figured, by evening, I'll have some solid cash waiting. Reality hit hard though. The first day's earnings didn't even cover the electricity bill. Tony noticed customers were going to other stalls more. So he told the butler, bro, learn some tricks like the others. But the next day, not a single box sold. Tony was confused, like, what's going wrong? So he went to the market himself to study how others were selling. Some people were giving discounts, some were handing out little gifts. But the real idea struck when he went to the public restroom. Outside, a donation guy was standing there. As soon as someone stepped out, he'd ask for money, because people feel kind of relaxed after using the washroom and just end up giving something. That's when Tony's brain lit up. He rushed back to the mall and paid a big chunk of cash to shift his stall right to the parking lot entrance. Now, every person heading home would grab a box of walnuts for their family, and honestly, the very next day, lines started forming at his stall. But just when everything was going great, the mall management sent him a notice. They told him the stall had to go because the roasting machine's smoke had blackened the ceiling. Tony tried covering it up. He painted over the stains, but the paint started dripping right onto his products. In the end, he got kicked out of the mall. He was home packing up when his mom told him his dad's company had collapsed, and now, in a few days, they'd have to move in with relatives. Tony applied for a passport, thinking he'd leave, but suddenly his heart changed. He didn't want to run. He wanted to stay right here and rebuild his business from scratch.